Hey, hey everyone, evening walk. Here we go. Night walk, evening walk. It's been raining all day. I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to get out, but we're out and we're walking. So let me switch the camera for you so you don't have to look at my ugly face. And you can see where we're going. Folks can come drifting in. It has literally rained all day today. So we're getting out a little later. Finally stopped. You can see from the skies here, it's a little overcast. We're walking. We're only going to walk hour and a half or so. Shorten it up some today because we're getting out late and it's overcast. It's going to get dark quicker and all that good stuff. So we'll head down to the river and we'll just do our shortened version down to 41st Street and back up. Hopefully we don't get rained on. We will see. Might get rained on. That might be exciting. Get about 2 miles away from home and start pouring rain. That'd be something to watch, wouldn't it? So just have to throw my phone in my pocket and make a run for it. So nursing home I'm next to, Colonial Manor. We try to stay off the grass a lot today too because yuck. As much as we can anyway. Speaking of which, instead of going through this grass over here, we'll take the long way around, go on the street. So we're going to turn down Victor Avenue here. Well, Victor Avenue comes up a lot. Instead of cutting through that grassway, and we'll go over to this parking lot over here. So we can stay on the asphalt. Like I said, it's been raining all day, and we don't want to walk through the asphalt. Hello, Milk Madrid, MLK Madrid. Is that MLK Madrid? Welcome to the show. Glad to have you with us on our evening walk today. Hiya, Blue. Hiya, Blue. Welcome back. I'm trying to stay on the asphalt today. People are drifting in. As I was saying earlier, as you can see, it's overcast. It's been raining all day. It finally stopped. I wasn't sure if I was going to get to walk today or not, but here we are. You're from Morocco. Yeah, Tulsa, Oklahoma here in the United States. Good to have you watching from Morocco. Welcome, welcome. Hello, Brandon. Welcome back. Good to have you with us. Show face. Okay. There's my face. Show your face. you can't. I find it's more interesting to see where I'm going than to just watch me. So, oh look, okay, IMSA hanging out, waiting for a call. Always interesting. I got to go back this way. You cute? I'm not cute. I'm a silly old man, but I'm not cute. Oh, Brandon is cooking dinner. I should be, but I'm not. Morocco is a rich country, says Blue. And I agree. I should be cooking dinner, but I'm cutting down the calories. I haven't eaten a damn thing all day. And when I get home and weigh, I'll have gone up a pound again. I don't understand what's going on. I'm eating next to nothing and keep gaining weight and walking, 50 miles a week. Last week, my stats were 51 miles, I think. That's a lot of miles to walk in a week. The goal was 25, so we smashed that. But here we are. I did not want to take a day off, so we're walking again. Out in the wet, but it's okay. It's not too bad. We're gonna stay on streets and on paved roads. And get down to the river where we can walk on the trail. So it's gonna be fine. Yeah, it makes no sense. The only thing I can figure is I'm putting on some muscle mass from all the walking. And we're gonna go with that explanation. But that can't last forever. That can't last forever. Eventually, this level of activity has got to show up on the scale. Oh, I need to add to the walking with a little bit of other exercise. I've been pretty much just relying on the walking. I got a chair yoga program I could do, which is really easy, 7 to 9 minutes a day. I'm sure some of you guys have seen the chair yoga stuff that's getting popular. Easy exercises, it's quick and easy. Just got to get motivated to do it. Oh, my streets look messy. Yeah, where's Rev to clean them up? My streets are messy because it's rained all day. And this time of year, when it rains, it pushes a bunch of leaves off the trees, and then the water tends to carry them all together on the curbs. That's going to explain the messiness. And by the way, welcome back, Big Zebra. You're a delight as always. Uh-oh, somebody lost their shoes. Looky here, folks. Some shoes, Adidas. There's some Adidas shoes abandoned in the street. Yeah, good to see everybody here tonight. We got 13 people already. Say hi in the chat if you haven't already. Would love to say hi from you, where you're from. We are doing great, MLK Madrid. Wait, go back. What size shoes? They looked about my size, about 11s. 11s or 12s or something like that. I'm not picking them up for you. Somebody might have left them there for a reason. I'm just not going to take them. But they were Adidas. They appeared to be in decent condition, too. Weren't ratty or broken or ripped up or anything. Blue says, shake my head. I'm not going back. There you go. Once not. I'm not taking shoes off the street. This could be somebody from one of these houses' shoes that just ran inside for some reason. They were in too good a condition to just be abandoned shoes. We're not picking them up. Oh. Those shoes could be Tinkerbells. Brandon says he found low-carb wraps that also have fiber. Yep, making egg and sausage wrap for dinner. Outstanding. Whole wheat tortillas, I hope. A flatbread. Multi-grain flatbread. Good stuff. Got to watch those carbs. I pretty much gave up bread, and cakes and pies and desserts. Not all desserts, but things with a lot of flour in them. I found a beer. I'm holding it myself. The big thing I gave up was the sugary drinks, the sodas, the juice. I don't touch that stuff anymore. I drink water, drink electrolyte, Gatorade kind of things, and I drink skim milk, 0% milk. That's it. That's all I drink. He found low carb. No. Brandon found low carb wraps. I didn't. I did not. My gosh, even with the retaining wall, some people are loud vehicles tonight. Tomato juice is my weakness. Yeah, I'm a fan of tomato juice. Good fiber. Actually, I like the V8, but God, there's a lot of sodium in that. You can juice your own, though. Avoid all that salt. I think there's a ton of sugar in tomatoes, isn't there? It's not particularly great for you. That's no weakness. Yeah, you can still have goodies every now and then. You're absolutely right. And I found the key to it is just eating real food. Try to stay away from processed stuff. Even if you cheat a little bit, make sure it's you can make it yourself. You make it from real ingredients. Don't buy things in packages. Little Debbie cake rolls, stuff like that. Don't do that. Don't do that. If you got a sweet tooth, make yourself up a little dessert. Plenty of things you can make from scratch. Milk and chocolate and sugar. And then just don't eat a ton of it. Watch the portion size. Fruits are good for you, yeah, unless you're diabetic. A lot of fruits are rough on the diabetics, which I'm not anymore, I'm happy to say. I was diagnosed type 2, but my A1C went way down. It's somewhere like 4.8 now. It's great. The A1C is in great shape. And again, I think that's just from dropping the sugary sodas. As a rule, only eat food if you can juggle it. Garden raised tomatoes. Yeah, random lot stuff. Good stuff there. Oh, hey, here's my, if you see way up in the distance there at the end of the street, my friend Leo, the car doctor. Maybe we'll stop in and say hi. A little feature for my my vlog, my vlog here, my walking vlog. I'll say hi to one of my customers, Leo. Car doctor, yeah, you'll see engines, transmissions, and more. Car doctor, there above his door. You know, we'll visit him here. I see his lights on. He's obviously working on something in there. What did I say? I was going to send him a control arm, but he called back and canceled it. He is very Hispanic, so I've been trying to learn some Spanish to communicate with him better. That's working out pretty good. Leo, the guy with a cyst on his neck? No, he doesn't have a cyst on his neck. When in the world did you get that? Yeah, I see him sitting up there. There's Leo. Walk around. Buen dia, senor.
Hey,
How are you?
how you doing,
Just say, I'm
man?
out on a walk, man.
Oh,
I stopped by and say hi. Say hi to my YouTube folks.
oh,
Yeah, it's Leo, the car doctor. Best guy in town. If you're in Tulsa, Oklahoma, and you need your car fixed, this is the guy to see.
oh, man.
Yeah,
That's good. You
I'm walking. Yeah, doing my vlog. We'll see you mañana. Hi. We're going to walk up the steps to his house here and take the corner. Stay out of that grass. We don't want to be in the grass. It's too wet. He is a nice guy. Leo's a fantastic guy. One of my best customers. Always got a million cars out there to fix it. So he must be good at what he does. Must be good at what he does. Give him a little commercial there. For the 8 people watching right now that will probably never need their car fixed in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Gave him a little commercial. Let's stay on the sidewalk up here next to the Chinese buffet place. What is that sign? I don't. The China Walk, maybe that one. China Walk Super Buffet. There it is. See, Chinese buffet. Everybody loves it. Big selection. Big selection. Seafood. Oh, that's seafood. There it is. The Chinese buffet. Part of this fine strip mall. We're going to avoid. It's calling my name. I don't go in there. Everything on that buffet is too fattening for me to eat. Sorry. Just about everything. There's a CC's Pizza down there. Pizza buffet. Again, not going in there. China Walk. That's it. China Walk. CC Pizza Game Zone. Games, prizes, fun. You heard the buffet call your name. Well, you can go right in with my blessings. I'm not going to partake. I'm going to walk on a little grass here and try to get across the street. My quick trip and my strawberry banana electrolyte zero. Looking forward to it today. A nice strawberry banana beverage will really hit the spot. As we continue our walk down to the riverside. Got some folks with a dog and a little pull behind on a bike. It's weird. They use way too much grease. Yeah, yeah. It's all fried foods. That's not my cup of tea. Uh, not my cup of tea. Okay. Walking through the gas pumps. We're going to shut her down for a moment while I go in and buy my drink, because I'm sure the people on there don't want to be on YouTube. So I will see you in just a few moments. All right, beverage in hand, we are off to the river. Strawberry banana for the win. If we can get the lid off this thing. There we go. Strawberry banana for the win. Got more screenshots today. Apparently, I'm lying to you all about how far I'm walking, and I'm not recording it. Telling you I'm on the 6th mile or something when I just started, and I'm huffing and puffing after a few steps. So, is that Gatorade? This is not Gatorade. It is a similar beverage called Electrolyte Zero. Made a scientific formula. I'm not sure who makes this. Gluten-free. All kinds of electrolytes in it. Super stuff. Zero sugar, and it doesn't taste like it has zero sugar. That's why I stick with it. But anyway, I got some screenshots from that other Discord place. It's, someone in particular has been accusing me of not recording and saying I'm walking a lot farther than I am. I'll point out there was one time, wow, some of these cars are so freaking loud around here. Let's get by that barrier. But the implication is being made that I'm being dishonest with you about how far I'm walking. Now, if you're in my Discord, you know I always post my walk stats right after I get home and I weigh in. And we're kind of making a weight loss thing out of it. But, somebody who thinks they know better thinks the one time that I forgot to hit the start button, that's a reflection of every time. And I'm huffing and puffing. There's no way I could be walking 6 or 7 miles at a time. Those of you who are here daily know better. Those of you who join me on my walks quite often know that I go 6 or 7 miles most days. We're not going to go that far today because I got a feeling it's going to get dark way earlier. So we're going to make the abbreviated 5-mile-ish walk, hour and a half-ish, kind of like we did yesterday morning. Yeah, people accuse me of faking my walks. They sure do, Big Zebra. Because, I'm out of breath after a few steps, except I'm not. I walked 51.0 miles last week. I can show you the stats if you like. You can email me at todd.malakot@gmail.com, and I'll be happy to share with you my Strava stats. Yeah, Brandon says, I watch every stream. You definitely walk. I can only stream for about an hour of it because my battery starts to give out after that. So, when I walk 2.5 hours, I can't stream the entire 2.5 hours. I don't have a powerful enough phone to pull that off. But I want to get a new one soon enough, and then maybe I can. We'll see. Get a fresh battery and all that new technology. Nearly 2 marathons. There you go. In 1 week. That's a lot of walking, folks. Oh, funny you brought up marathons. I was going to marathon train. I was going to challenge G-Man and go up there to Pennsylvania and do a marathon with him, but broke my back, and that kind of slammed that door shut. May have slammed that door shut forever. We'll see if we can recover enough to start jogging again, but right now, doesn't seem like it. At my age, when you do something like that, the arthritis tends to creep in. You never really fully recover. But we'll see. Maybe. G-Man's marathon time was pretty bad. It was pretty awful. He had folks in their 70s beating him. That's just sad. And not just, that wasn't like it was just one. There were men in their 60s and 70s beating G-Man in marathons. So I wouldn't say it's not bad. I'd say it's pretty below average. I don't recall, Blue, exactly what the time was, but it was too high. And I can't say anything because I've never run a marathon. I did distance running in high school, but that it was more like 5K, 10K stuff. I've never run a marathon or a half marathon. I'm interested, but for an amateur, sure. Well, but they're all amateurs. At the one he did, the one in Scranton. Other than obviously there's a few pros in there, but we're talking about average time here. I'm interested, but we'll see if the back will ever heal enough. Maybe once we roll through this winter, we can do the Couch to 5K thing again and see where that goes. G-Man's was terrible, Brandon. Yeah, I don't remember the specific time, but I remember it was not good for a person his age and health and fitness level, that kind of thing. But again, I'll give the man credit. He finished. He set out to do marathons, and he's doing them. He's finishing. So good on him for that. But I wouldn't flex it if I were him. Yes, it's just not great times there. Not really a flex. And speaking of things that are not a flex, I'm not flexing the fact that I walked 51 miles last week. I'm glad I'm able to do it. The trouble is the amount of time it takes, and I've got to spend more time writing. I keep saying this. I did set up my template yesterday. Did not get one note written. So I'm going to try to walk a little less and stay up till 11:30 midnight or so, and try to get the thing done this week. Got to write 3 charts. Anyone who can ran 26 miles. Yeah, okay. Yeah, it's an impressive feat. 26.2, isn't it? Or 26.1? A little over 26. It was the distance from, Athens to Marathon, Greece. That's why it's called the marathons. Running a marathon is a flex, so yeah, I'll give you that. I will accede to that point. 26.2, yeah. And I believe it's Athens to Marathon, Greece. This is where the origin of the word comes from. Take that bit of history, Von Helton. People that actually know history study this stuff and remember useless facts like that. Take that, sir. Vaughn apparently has not been online for over a day now. Should we be getting worried? Is he gone? Will he be coming back? Who knows? Stay tuned. I know J-Dub's had a birthday cry today or something. Haven't watched it yet. He's very upset about his fantasy girl getting pregnant by her husband. How dare she? How dare she have sex with her husband and get pregnant? Oh, what a loser that guy is. We're walking on grass now, folks. It's not particularly wet, but it's not great either. Getting squishy. Won't be on it for much longer, though. Around this next turn, and we're at the Riverwalk. You can see the Riverwalk up there. See the edge of it. And then, like I say, we're only going to go to 41st today and back up. Going to do the abbreviated route, the 5-mile route, not the 7.5. Helton has not replied or responded to your correction. Yeah, he's not argued with you. That's not a good sign at all, because he's usually on there arguing pretty quick. I know he did with me. He deleted a lot of my comments. Big surprise, right? Yeah. Big surprise. He deleted a lot of my comments. I'm sure you're shocked. Ugh. End of the line, grass. We're going to be on the trail soon. Here we are at the corner of Skelly and Riverside. This is where Skelly Drive stops. Thank you. Somebody's yielding to me to let me walk across the street. That was nice. So, what do we think's happened to Vaughn? Let's speculate. Let's speculate. Oh, let's jaywalk. Let's jaywalk halfway. And yeah. And after this heat, we can go the rest of the way. Yes. Perfect. No need to wait for that silly crosswalk sign. Let's just go. Randall Buggensworth's here. Welcome. Says Vaughn was redrafted into the Trumpenreich, the Trumpenreich, to clean up Hamilton once and for all. Good for Vaughn. I'm glad he finally got that job he was looking for. I doubt it's 7 figures. Wow, the river's really moving fast. You can see we've got a lot of rain today. River level's way up from where it was. Flowing pretty good. I'll show you better shots as we continue walking. Only going to go a mile up the trail today. I don't want to get caught out here raining, and I don't want to get caught out here super dark either. So we're only going to do an hour and a half. Today, which we've been going about a half hour, will be another hour from now. Blue says Vaughn claimed Fort Hamilton was built during the Revolutionary War. It was built in 1792. Yeah. Vaughn's not much with dates. He's not very good with dates, is he? Oh, walking a little quicker tonight. I did have a mishap this morning. I slipped getting out of the shower. As I was stepping over the bathtub part, my back leg swung out, slid on the slick ceramic or slick porcelain in the tub, and I fell forward. Caught myself pretty good with my left hand, but wound up banging my head on the counter and banging my back leg on the lip of the tub, and that hurt. I lay there a solid 10 minutes, wondering if I'd broken anything. And then I text, yeah, old people problems, exactly. You have to put me in a home or something. I can't take care of myself anymore. I texted, luckily my phone was in the bathroom there with me, and I was able to text work and said, I'm going to be a little late. I'm in pretty severe pain right now. And I took 6 ibuprofen and crawled to the bedroom and laid down for about a solid hour waiting for the pain to subside. Definitely old people problems. You can clip that and play that. Whoever's hate watching me right now, feel free to clip that I fell and broke my hip or whatever. But yeah, 12 hours later, I'm up and around and walking 5 miles, so I guess it didn't hurt too bad. Blue says, what if he dies, referring to Vaughn, had a heart attack or stroke? How would we know? Exactly what I've been saying all along. You could say one of these days he's just not going to wake up, and we're never going to know about it, because there won't even be a little byline. Unless somebody's really looking hard for some little newspaper article, a man found dead in Ford Escape at the park or something. Good luck finding that. I guess they would identify him by his stuff in his wallet. I guess. Maybe they would post that. I don't know. Hard to tell. Hi, bum number one. Welcome to my stream. He asked, did I shout, I've fallen and I can't get up? I did not shout it, but I definitely thought it. I thought it. And actually, that exact phrase came into my brain. Oh my God, I've fallen and I can't get up. I mean, I could get up, but at the instant it happened, I didn't want to get up for a while. That hurt. Conking my head on the counter was probably the worst part. Not the counter, the cabinets. Because, I'm too long for the space between the bathtub and the cabinet there. I'm longer than that, so my head impacted pretty good on the bottom of the cabinet. I think they might report it on some state or county site. Also check the sites that record arrests. Yeah, people are watching the Butler County jail records. People are watching that pretty close. Yeah, you're right, Randolph. There'll be some kind of report on it. I just don't know that it's going to be significant enough to see it. Randolph says Todd's got to wear safety equipment to take a shower. Apparently, I do. I mean, I haven't done anything like that for years. And my back foot just went. I'm usually pretty careful. It's one of those things. Just stepped over the edge, and back foot said, "Nope, we're not going to support you. We're going to slip, turn you completely vertical or horizontal." Yeah, I was vertical. It made me horizontal for a minute there. Juan has no next of kin. Ask Brandon. With no kin, I think they just put you in a pine box, or cremate you. I would think it'd be more common to have you cremated nowadays than to actually waste a box. That's a horrible thing to say, waste a box. I just think it'd be lower maintenance, lower cost to put you in the old incinerator if they can't find any next of kin or any kind of will or what you wanted to have done with you when you die. If there's no record of that, I think they'll probably just incinerate you, or take the organs from you. I guess that's on your driver's license now in most states. You're an organ donor. Randolph says, I slip in the shower daily. Just enough athletic ability to stay upright. I do not slip in the shower daily. This was a new thing for me, but I was thinking maybe I ought to go get some of those stick-ons that you put in the tub, keep you from slipping, that they put with old people. Not that old, damn it. Just turned 59. I'm just clumsy, apparently. Not so old, but clumsy. Downhill. Yeah, that's the dream. It'd be very funny for the daughters to grow up and start YouTube channels trolling their own dad. Yeah, it would be. Would be hilarious. Should try bubble baths. I don't do baths. I do showers. I don't want to linger in the tub in my own filth. This never appealed to me. I'll take a nice, strong, hot shower and blast the dirt off me. Thanks. I don't get people that like baths. You like to lay in your own dirt. Why? I could see maybe after you take a shower first and then let the bathtub fill up, soak in it, maybe with some Epsom salts or something. I can see that. But too many of you people just lay in your own filth. I don't get it. Please help me understand. Better start looking at a Hamilton, Ohio news. You better start looking. If anything's going to be reported, it'll be there. Got those walk-in showers. It's a very Japanese thing to take a shower and then go to the bath after. They have those public baths. You go in, wash yourself off, and then go get in the bath. Hot spring kind of thing. It's very relaxing. I did get a bunch of Epsom salt when I started walking. I've only used it a couple times. I'm not even taping my toe anymore. My toe feels great. So we worked that out. I think I'm getting stronger, folks. Showers with the high seats. Come on, I'm not an invalid. I don't need to sit in the shower. I just slipped the one time. Just happened to be this morning. Todd, yet. Fuck you, Randolph. And I say that with a big LOL. Oh, yes, eventually I will get too old to take care of myself. I can't wait. I can't wait. I hope it's tomorrow and they put me in a home. Time comes for all of us. Yes, it does. It comes faster and faster, doesn't it? The closer we near to that age, it seems to move faster and faster. I remember them telling me as a kid, enjoy your. Always felt like it took forever to grow up. You better enjoy it now because it goes fast when you're old. They were right. They were right. I don't know when I turned 59. I was just 45. What happened? Just the other day, I remember being 38. You love sitting in the shower? Okay. I haven't tried it. There we go. That's where these extreme rapids were yesterday. This little area of the river that's usually lower. You don't see nearly as many rapids as you did the other day because the water level's way higher. Way higher. Like I said, it rained all day. We probably got a solid 2 inches here. It didn't rain hard, but it was persistent. It's supposed to rain all week. 70s and rain all week. It's fall. The fall weather has finally arrived. And we have football in the state this week. Oklahoma State starts on Thursday. Thursday night. You could easily be spry for a long time. It's true. It's true. Especially I keep walking. It's supposed to be good for you. Unless I sprain a hip or something. If I fall and break that'd be funny if I fell while I was live streaming one of these and tripped on something, fell on my ass. I'd laugh with you. I don't intend to do it, but it would be amusing. Lots of people jogging tonight. I seem to be the only lazy one walking. It's okay. I think I've earned it. I think I've earned it. At least till the back heels a little better. Back feels great today, though. Ironically, after fall, maybe I fell and twisted something back into place. Right? It didn't feel good this morning. I know that. Maybe I wrenched something back into place. Got that half an inch of height back. Oh, it feels really good right now. Walking is better than running, says Brandon. Yeah, in some ways, of course. Running has some advantages too. It's hard on your knees. It's hard on your joints, especially if you don't run properly, I guess would be the word. You don't run with good technique. It's really hard on your joints, knees, hips, that sort of thing. As you get older, especially when you start losing calcium in your bones, it can be dangerous. I've read all that. You want to be careful running. Check with your doctor and all that. Still got to go out to Runner's World and get fitted for a proper pair of running shoes. Act like I might be running or something. Go spend another $200 on shoes. Yeah, that's what I want to do. Because I'm cheap. Everybody's running. I keep walking. Of course, the people walking aren't going to catch up to me, so maybe I just don't know they're walking. We'll go with that. That sounds like a good rationalization for why I should be walking. People are walking, just aren't catching me. There's lots of people out here walking. I just don't see them because we walk at the same pace. Can we go with that? That sounds good. We're up to almost 40 minutes of live streaming. We've been walking about 50 minutes. Again, to the people who say I'm faking this stuff, I don't start recording on YouTube the moment I walk out my door. I do walk a little bit. Get to a place where I'm on 5G good. I don't just start it right off the bat. Hey, look, a frog. There's a frog painted on the side of that, whatever it is, concrete structure. Hey, look, a frog. All kinds of interesting art and statues and sculptures. things out here on the Riverwalk. It's been a big deal for City of Tulsa. It's been a big project. Lots of people coming together, making things pretty, and making things nice for the community. It's a good thing. It's one of the things I like about Tulsa and Oklahoma in general. People coming together to make things nice for each other. It's almost like it's a community. Imagine it for a moment. People being nice to each other and helping each other, making things nice for everybody. Oh, there are people walking the other way. Well, we see the eagle sculpture. We will not get there today. That is between 41st and 31st, so we won't quite make it to the eagle sculpture, unfortunately. Uh-oh, somebody fell up there, a little kid. Little kid running on the path just fell on his little feet. Got right back up like it's nothing. I do like that eagle sculpture, though. It's some good stuff. Just won't quite get there. That's almost the 31st. That's one of the last things we see before we turn up to the east. Another one of those structures with some painting on it. No animal this time, but maybe I don't know, spider web, something. Maybe a leaf. That looks like a leaf. Interesting stuff. Bum says, yeah, all jokes aside, high trust societies make people feel less anxious and more willing to engage. Yeah, in the local community. Absolutely. That's the way it is here, it seems like. Hola. Lots of folks out walking tonight. Like I said, it rained all day. They had to come out now. It rained all day, so all the folks that wanted to exercise had to do it now. What happened to Mayor McCheese? It says 339 full of bricks. Nothing today. He didn't broadcast at all, so we're all kind of wondering. It's not like Vaughn to go a whole day without going online. But don't worry, people are keeping an eye on the local jail records, the local newspapers. I'm sure if anything breaks, you'll hear it first. You'll hear it first here. Not because I'm looking, because I'm not. Somebody will put it up in my Discord, and we'll relay that information to you. It's almost like a team of folks are just keeping an eye on Hamilton. I said hola to that Latina mama with a little kid that slipped and fell back here somewhere. I did say hola. Like I said, I've been working on my Spanish for my Spanish-speaking customers, of which I have quite a few. The biggest thing has been learning to count change back. They all give me $100 bill, so like, okay, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 80, 100, as I count their change back, and it's good practice for me. Nice job, smooth operator. Bum, I don't know if you heard, but I don't swing that way. Actually, I don't swing either way. I don't swing at all, but I definitely don't swing that way. So sorry to unfloat your boat or sink your boat there, but I'm not hitting on anybody. Do I think Nall spiked Cobra's care package? I'd like to think not. I hope not. I've heard a lot of people talking about seeds, and there were some seeds in there that if he ate them were toxic, and I don't know. There was apparently a report from the coroner today that he had a heart attack in his sleep, but they are doing a toxicology test on him, and it'll take a couple weeks to get the results on that. So I guess we'll find out if there was foul play. The preliminary decision is that he had a heart attack in his sleep, which, considering the stuff he ate, it's not hard to believe. All that sodium and preservatives and junk that he was putting in his body. Yeah, died 2 days after getting it. Yeah, could be coincidence. Could be he ate the seeds. I don't know. We'll find out. Just gonna have to be patient, I guess. You may be right. I hate to speculate when it comes to somebody being essentially accused of murder. I don't have any way to know that might have happened. Now the The fountain area and the slides and swings are dead tonight, which is interesting. You'd think all the families with the little kids would want to get them out here after it stopped raining. Maybe it's too humid. I don't know. It's dead today. Okay, we're heading over to the street light. Yeah, I drank a bottle of liquor every day. Absolutely did, or more. It's pretty amazing how much the guy drunk. But I've never been. I said this yesterday and the day before. I've never been a big Cobes watcher. Really wasn't my cup of tea. I will say I found he, of all the cows people watched and reviewed, he was probably the least harmful to other people, which I can appreciate that about him. He was pretty much just self-destructive and didn't really hurt anybody else. Unlike, I don't know, Cyrax, Vaughn, John. Oh. Okay, we're turning east. We're at Riverside and 41st, and we're going up 41st. For those of you who want to dox me, feel free. Chirp, chirp, we got the sign. Chirp, chirp, walk across the street. Hey, look here, if you keep walking up that way, you go to the Discovery Lab and the Philbrook Museum. I'll have to walk up to the Philbrook sometime. That's between 31st and 21st. We could do a little walking tour around the Philbrook. It's something to look at, really. Bum says Cobes was like a different person in the early 2010s. Same personality, but a quicker wit, and he had more vigor. Yeah, I wasn't watching him then, so. I do remember the thing in a secular show about the Chi Ball, I thought was hilarious. Much younger Cobes. At least no more Sam and J-Dubs. Well, for now. He might be doing stuff on his channel, but I'm not going to watch it. It will still notify in my Discord, because that's still the John and Vaughn Live channel. I think he renamed it back to Christians, Muslims, Pagans, Jews, or whatever. Or no, maybe it's John Gishel now. Is it John Gishela or John Gishala? I can't ever remember. I don't care. Never mind. Forget I asked. But yeah, I could do with no more Sammy forever. I guess Sammy kind of told him off. Said he wasn't going to stream with him anymore. Blue says, yes, Cobe's a cow in terms of oversharing his life, but not in terms of being a horrible, lying person like too many others. Yeah, that's the other thing about Cobes that was nice. You didn't really see him lying. If he did, it wasn't anything substantial. It's not like he flexed that he did this and did that, and what a great person he was. He was just pretty much himself. I guess that's the thing that I respected the most about Cobes. He was just himself. He's a weird guy. He had some autism weirdness about him, but doggone it, you either liked him or you didn't, and that was that. He didn't try to persuade people. Helton can still run back to J-Dubs. He could. I guess, if he could get the gas money. There's a little bunny. Bunny in the backyard. Sitting on a hill. Hello, bunny. I always see a lot of rabbits on this walk. I don't know if it's because of the proximity of the river. There's just shit tons of rabbits in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Bum says, who cares what J-Dub's fake Jewish name is? Yeah, like I said, I don't care. After I said it, I was like, I don't give a shit. Guy has a name as legitimate as James Paul von Helt of Bavaria. Yeah. His Bavarian grandfather on his father's side. Farmer Helton. He's the one that you want to say is Bavarian. Farmer Helton. Why not go all the way and say Shadrach was too? Well, Shadrach was his dad, so he would have had to have been full of Bavarian, right? Shadrach Helton. That's Bavarian. I remember when I did some of my streams talking about his ancestry, and I showed pictures of the Frost family and said, I'm not one of those people that claims you can tell what heritage somebody is from the way they look. But that said, look at these people, and these are the people that Vaughn claims are Native American. And they were about as white and redneck as the lilies, as the new something, the sun. Lily White is the newborn son. I don't know what the hell that means, but we'll go with it. 175% Cherokee, yeah. I don't think so. I think I pretty well demonstrated none of that's true. But, Vaughn has actually addressed it lately. He said something about when it says white on the census. Well, that's just what they told. I went, when I did those streams, I told you, I showed you the training that the enumerators were required to take, and they were required to not just assume white or assume anything else. It was a community thing. People in the community knew what they were, and they would talk to people about these things. So if there was somebody that was, say, adopted from an Indian family for whatever reason, the community would know that. And Vaughn wants to claim, well, it's word of mouth above what was written on the census. Well, word of mouth is what was written on the census, Vaughn. Even over appearance. Several people were saying, hey, that Helton woman over there is a full-blood Cherokee. Who would know that? And they would investigate it. Bump says his dad was the farmer, the original. After he invented farming, he named his heraldry after. Vaughn actually turned whiter after the shower. It's possible. Again, I'm the kind of person that will tell you straight up that you can't tell someone's Native American by the color of their skin or the way they look. I've been to powwows. There's as wide of a melting pot as you'll ever see among people in a particular tribe. They don't all look the same. They just don't. There's a wide variety. There's been a lot of dilution of the traits as people have intermarried over the years. It's just not what people think it is. It's not like the Hollywood movies in the 50s where they come riding in on horseback and all look the same and have that dark tinge to their skin. It's not the way it is. If you don't believe me, go to any Native Heritage Festival, powwow, any kind of group gathering. You'll see what I'm talking about. If you happen to live in Oklahoma, you can see it all the time, but other parts of the country, probably not so prevalent. Vaughn was he was born in Ohio. That was dirt being washed away. Yeah, he was just dirty. Don't confuse being dirty with, ruddy red skin. Because you don't got that anywhere. Is this the part where I start huffing and puffing? Father Jay, I know you're watching. I know you're watching me. Am I supposed to start huffing and puffing now? Now that we're about an hour into the walk? Is this the part where I huff and puff, or did I lie about being an hour in the walk? You decide. Somehow I'm able to, walk and talk. Bum says, don't different tribes have different percentage barriers of entry? Yeah, they call it a quantum requirement. Some tribes have, like the Ponca tribe that I'm a member of, you have to be at least 25%. And you have to be able to prove that with genealogy. Other tribes have similar. A lot of them are quarter, some of them are 8, some of them are as much as half. But the problem with that nowadays is the higher your quantum percentage, the quicker your tribe's going to die out. And that is determined. A tribe is considered dead when a certain threshold of native speakers has to do with the language. They count how many people can speak the language, and that's how they determine if a tribe is still active. The northern Poncas of Omaha are dead because there's not enough speakers of the language. The U.S. government has literally declared northern tribe of Ponca Indians defunct, no longer a thing. And mine's going away too. There's barely enough speakers of the Ponca native language around here to keep the tribe alive. Which is why my grandmother was so fervent on me getting my membership and learning some of the language. She knew what was up. Yeah, lots of variety. Not all Indians look alike. It's true. It's very true. In fact, if you look at some of the northern tribes, they don't look dark at all. Once you get into First Nation stuff in Canada, obviously when you get into like Inuit and the Alaska, Canada regions, those folks don't look dark. They look more Asian and very white because of where they live. Hello, hello, Yvonne. A lot of tribes come from the Central American region and came on up to North America. That's why they look darker. Hello, fly. Did I eventually learn the language? Not really. I learned a few words. Wegas, Hombre, Hoche. What is I am Ponca? It'll come to me in a minute. Esoke te Ponca. That's it. Esoke te Ponca. I am a Ponca. It's a Seminole offshoot, but there's a lot of different words. Esoke te Ponca. That's about all I've got. And that in Wegas, Hombre, Hoche. Hombre, Hoche meaning get out of here. And I know that because my grandmother would say it too. Hombre, Hoche, Hombre, Hoche. Stop, Wegas. The things you learn when you're a little kid that stick with you. Like I remember my grandmother yelling that at me. Try to get in the cookie jar or something. Wegas. Oh. The state of Georgia has a lot of rich history. I bet it does. Just about everywhere seems like has rich history if you care to look for it. If you care to look for it, not just gloss over it. Oh, there's the Reese's local grocery chain. Pretty expensive, but good stuff. Over here, the Whole Foods, the Hippie Mart, Wine and Spirits, Pet Supplies Plus. It's a new place. Let's walk over there and walk by the front door, see what they do in there. Assuming it's still open at 8 o'clock on a Monday evening. See if we can catch a dog getting washed or something. There's somebody leaving the liquor store. Somebody walking out of the liquor store with their choice. Good for them. There's Reese's over there. Really nice grocery store. Good meat section. Lots of neat stuff in there. But pretty high. Be honest, I usually go to Walmart just because the price is way cheaper. I loved Helton claiming that Native Americans wiped out all the white and black folks that originally lived here. Yeah, whatever, Vaughn. Okay, here's our liquor store. High Noon Ball. There we go. See what's going on at the old pets. Well, this looks like it just got open, or there's just about to open, or maybe not open yet. A lot of weird-looking shelves. No dog baths going on that I see. That looks like they're just moving in. Wow, there you go. And then the Whole Foods right next door. This is the Hippie Mart. Can you tell it's a Hippie Mart? Can you smell the organics? There you go. Hippie Mart. Blue, the blankets were the white man's revenge for Indian prehistoric cruelty. Yeah. What was the disease they spread in the blankets? Suddenly can't remember. It's something that's easily curable now. That supposedly the settlers gave to the Indians with the blankets. Made them sick. Smallpox, thank you. Smallpox on the blankets. That was it. That's the story. Yes, Brandon, smallpox. I think Bum had it nailed there. Smallpox blankets. It's the story they tell anyway. I wasn't there. I'm going to be one of those people. Were you there? How do you know? Were you there? as if history is only authenticated by the people who actually experienced it. You know, that's not going to work out well. People die. We have generations and things. You can't prove Washington was the president. Were you there? No, we have records and things. Bum says, I think it was easily curable even then, but the natives were not used to European diets and illnesses. That makes sense. Yeah, new bugs. Just like, you know, if you move across the country and your kid goes to public school, they're going to get sicknesses they've never had before. Same kind of thing. Same kind of thing. Oh. Put a code in to get in. There's a gate. The Enclave. Looks like a nice place to live. I'm betting these are $2,000 studio apartments. Would be my guess. About $2,000. Look really nice though. I bet they're very well maintained. If you go to Africa as a tourist, yeah, you need 4 to 5 different shots for things that you're just not going to be prepared for your body to resist. Exactly. Gotta get those boosters. Unless you're Father Jay and you don't believe in immunizations. I just had to throw that in there. I know you're watching Father Jay. I hope you're enjoying the show. Hope you're clipping lots of good things to talk about tomorrow. I'm happy to entertain you. Be aware there's a number of people that will send me whatever you say. I really don't care, but you're going to see it anyway. Really don't care much. I doubt FJ would want to go to Africa. Why? Too dark? Oh, there, I said it. Skin too dark for him? Yeah, it is 7:59, almost 8 o'clock here, and it's almost dark, folks. It's hard to tell on my camera, but the overcast is really cutting the sunlight out. So I'm glad we decided to turn off on 41st Street. We would have had trouble. That's a joke, by the way. Yeah, I get it. I get it. Let's check on the old straw about 15 minutes. We got 2 major native sites relatively close to Brandon. Mounds of rock forming a hawk and an eagle. That's interesting. Sounds very interesting. Yep. Oh, that was me getting winded. There you go. I'm breathing heavy, folks. I'm barely going to make it. Mounds. Brandon loves me this time. Yep. We've got mounds. Almond Joy's got nuts. Mounds don't. Don't much care for coconut, though. I'm not going to be eating Almond Joy or Mounds because they're coconut. Oh my, roll those shoulders back. Roll those shoulders back. Keep good posture. Keep working on that back. Remember I said it was feeling great about 20 minutes ago? It started to hurt now. As we go, as soon as we start going away from the root and uphill, we start gaining elevation. There goes the back. But it's good. It's a good workout for me. No pain, no gain, like they say. No pain, no gain. Yes, mute that bozo. Welcome. Almond Joy has nuts. Mounds don't. Because sometimes you feel like a nut, and sometimes you don't. Truer words were never spoken. It's a truism. Almond Joy's got nuts. Mounds don't. Hey, Michael Deaton, welcome to the stream. Says nearing 30 hours without a Vaughn update. Over, under, he lost the phone, / the car got towed, / he's in the hospital, / nut house, / jail. One of those things, I'm going to put the odds right now at about 50-50. Because I just don't know. But I think there's a decent chance one of those things has happened. As likely as not. I know it's a shitty prediction to make because anybody can say 50-50. Oh, it's either true or it isn't. I think that's about where the chances are right now. Low Cabby, yo. Hi, Low Cabby. Are you Corky's friend? Happy Cabby? Low Cabby? Scrappy Coco. Okay. Any or all of them. Maybe hit several. Jail, Midnight House. How are you, Scrappy? I'm good. Michael says car towed and he's been picked up on a 5150. Or he went to the ER. How about car pulled over, no insurance, given a ticket and found that he's homeless and taken to the tank because he can't pay the ticket. How about that? There's a scenario for you. Expired plates, no insurance. That could get you put in jail. Cops don't look favorably on that. You're supposed to have all the right things to be able to operate a motor vehicle. Plausible. So yours is plausible just as much. Although I doubt Vaughn's going to do anything in public to draw enough attention to himself to make him 5150. He seems to me to be rather timid in real life. And Larry would always talk about that, how he's pretty much a wallflower. He acts big and bad online, but you get him in a crowd, he's a wallflower. Which I 100% believe Larry Frost on that. But Vaughn's just a big chicken. We have reached Utica, the halfway point between Riverside and Peoria. He is certain to mouth off to police, probably. Would not surprise me. Hey, we got 54% battery today. Batteries last longer, and I suspect that's because it's cooler outside. I'm going to go ahead and jaywalk this because the light's not changing. Brandon says, yes, Blue, there are many different sites that have mounds in Georgia, all from different prehistoric societies. Wow. The Rock Eagle Mound near you is about 2,000 years old or more. Wow. Bum says, I also believe that. He also got his butt kicked by a girl he dissed back in high school. If only we could find that girl for an interview. If only. Michael says, we got a serial lawn shitting hobo punisher out here. We need a SWAT team stat. Yeah, Blue, we're, as he points out, to mute that bozo, we are keeping watch on the Butler County jail site. Every now and then click on there and look for a Helton. Can be fun. Going to be fun if and when he ever appears on there. That's going to be a day to remember in 2025. The day Vaughn got arrested. The model citizen got caught. I, for one, welcome the news. I'd like it better if we found an article that showed J-Dubs got sent to a mental institution or something, or got arrested for stalking that poor girl. I'd appreciate that a lot more. Yeah, I can just imagine Vaughn mouthing off to a state trooper and getting arrested. I can see it. Michael says when he was in Poland long ago doing a mortuary archaeology field school, we had an estimated 9,000-year-old burial site. Paleolithic, essentially, for the area and time. Yeah. Fuck 5 minutes listening to Vaughn. Should be all it takes for any cop to 5150. Yeah, you may be right. But like I said, I think he turns into a wallflower pretty quick when pressured. I could be completely wrong. Just my impression of the guy. Hey, James Corbis. Not much sup. Walking is sup. And it's getting darker, but hey, on my screen it looks a lot lighter than it does when I look at it. We're really overcast. It has rained all day, but I was able to get out. And walk, and I haven't had a drop on me, so knock on wood, we're going to make it back. Probably got another half hour to go. Probably got another half hour before we're home. As we once again walk through these beautiful houses. Another thing FJ likes to make fun of, the fact that I show up these beautiful houses, other people's houses. Well, of course, there are other people's houses. So I'm sorry, FJ, I can't live in every house, but I do when I walk through this neighborhood. I do like to enjoy how beautiful the house is. So I'm sorry that triggers you so much. I don't know what personally bothers you so much that I walk through these rich neighborhoods and show the houses. But apparently it really triggers him. So clip that and use it. Sure, you'll be talking about it tomorrow. And tomorrow night I'll give you some more material. Or maybe I'll get up early and walk in the morning. What do you think of that? Oh, more bunnies. There's one. There's two hopping away. There's always a lot of rabbits in this neighborhood. They must be getting fed well. Uh-oh. Here come a couple dogs. They'll come right up to the fence line and stop. It's funny. They're very well trained. They come up and bark at me, but they don't come outside the fence line. At least they haven't yet. Hey, buds. Hey, buddies. Now they're going to go to the other fence line. Maybe they got shock collars, and they can't go outside of the electric frontier, if you were. These dogs bark at me almost every time, but they never come out here. So I'm not too worried about them. Hey, buddy. Little killers. Best not to give them any attention at all. Just keep walking. Let them have their barks. And yes, okay, you're protecting your territory. Good job. Good job protecting your land. Well done. Top of the morning to you. Good job. The more you look at them, the more they want to come out and bite you. Probably, yeah, they may have an invisible fence because, like I'll say, literally, they come right up to the edge every time and bark and bark and bark, but never run out here. They're either very well trained or they have an electronic frontier with a shock collar. Yeah, they were both little small yippy dogs. Wouldn't be too worried even if they did come out. He'd probably snip my legs and run back. But that said, you can't be too careful with walking and strange dogs coming up to you. Even small dogs, they can bite you pretty good if they want to. Say best thing not to give me attention, just keep walking. They'll usually leave you alone. More scared of you than you're scared of them kind of thing, I did have a pit bull run up on me once when I was back over by St. Mary's. And I just got my finger out. No, go home. No. And it worked. This was super firm with him and kept walking. Eventually, we came across another dog in a fence. And that was more interesting than following me around. So he left me alone. Pit bulls loose in your neighborhood, Ricky? Yeah. Yeah, that's not good. Those things can fuck you up. So everything I've ever read about is just be firm, tell them no, go home, and keep walking. Don't give them any more attention. Just be firm with them. Because I was not interested in being bitten by a pit bull. Oh, look at that beautiful old oak tree. How old do you think this thing is? I bet this is on the order of 3,500 years, something like that. At least 3,000 years old. That's an old tree, man. A lot of these trees around here are old trees. Not playing around. Oh, we could go straight. We could go that way and go back out to Peoria. I think we'll just keep going this way, the short way. We've walked enough. James asks, are we going to lose J-Dubs this year? Is John going to do it? No, he talks about it way too much. We might have another may your spirits soar among the clouds stream come out of him, but he'll never actually do it. The guy's a panty waste. He doesn't have the balls to kill himself. Michael says, I've got a Staffordshire pit bull and is literally the biggest baby on the planet. But if a larger dog tries to take something from him, it will fight that dog straight up. Yeah, Blue, I'm assuming that's what James Corbis means. J-Dubs would ever really do it. Nah, it's not going to happen. Never going to happen. You're never going to get it. No, you're never going to get it. Last leg, folks. We got maybe 20 minutes left. And some good downhill, which is nice. Nice to have some good downhill every now and then. Nice to see other folks out walking. Like I said, it rained all day, so You figured more people would be out walking now since they couldn't most of the day, unless they wanted to get wet. Michael says John loves his misery. He'd never opt out of it willingly. And yeah, if he opted himself, he couldn't be miserable anymore. That's a good point. He couldn't play the victim anymore. By the way, fuck that guy all the way to the bank. I try not to get too emotionally invested in people online, but that guy really just strikes a nerve with me. The fact that he's latched onto this like some young shit just shouldn't bother me, but it's annoying. Hard to blow that shit off. But it's getting better. Of course, now that they're apart, he's not streaming all the time. You've noticed it's cut down a lot. Michael's helpful to me on this, and I appreciate the advice. That the more you ignore it, the less attention they get from it, the less they're going to. And that's turned out to be true. You see him very rarely mention my name anymore. We don't need more of John. He should have the internet. He should leave the internet and get his life together. Well, that's true of just about everybody on here, including people that watch. But you know, we get pretty invested in this stuff sometimes. Blue says yes, he is. I don't know. He is not living with his mother like Sam suggested. Yeah. I don't even know. F J-Dubs, that big old teddy bear, that kind soul. Yeah, F him. Bum, F him. Not many people I know casually from online interactions that I would say that about, but he's definitely one of them. F him. I wouldn't even say F Vaughn. Vaughn, I just feel, if anything, I feel sorry for. Crazy old man. I do like proving him wrong. Kind of a thing with me. My OCD kicks in, you know, I like things to be factual. Call it a failing, if you will. That's the way I am. I don't think John's mother will allow him to live with her. It's probably true and probably a good thing. F J-Dubs, horrible human being. Yeah, knowingly horrible. Yeah, and you know, some of it may be a character, but what a horrible character. If he's choosing to be racist like that, is that any better? Well, he's not really that racist. He's just playing a character. Well, why would you choose that kind of character? That would be my question. Isn't that just as bad, or maybe even worse, that you decide to make yourself a racist in public? I don't know. That's not a good excuse for me. Oh yeah, lots of walkers tonight. Rains all day. People come out at night. It happens. Yeah, he's not a nice person at all. That is clear. Choosing to lie about others, yeah. And to some degree, I get that. Get the trolling aspect of it. But, you know, dude, it's not funny anymore. Move on. James says, I think he's really that racist. Yeah, because that's how New York and Jersey people like him are. To some degree, I think you're right there. Michael says he chose it to be antagonistic during the Atheism Plus era, debating in Nadia's channel, I guess. Yeah, edgy to be a racist edgelord. Well, wow. The racism in general is a New Yorker thing. Could be. I'm not from there. I'm from the Midwest, where we generally like each other and get along. Generally. I'm not saying there's no racism here, but damn, it's not like that. It's not like that. Watch out for the traffic behind. Step on over. We're good. Very thin roads here. Narrow, I should say. Narrow roads. You can see ahead of me there, but there's not really room for two cars to pass each other. So you got to be a little careful walking down the streets. We're definitely on the last leg, folks. Bum says, nice method acting, dude. Now say again how Jesus is a so-and-so. Yeah, that's pretty offensive when he does that stuff. The Grampy is burning. Yeah, be careful of that. I'm going to throw in my 2 cents. You know, say again how much I like him young. Keep saying that, J-Dubs. That really makes you look good. I'm going to throw in my 2 cents to add to yours there, Bum. Uh, Back feeling pretty good. I think today we'll duck under that fence like I was showing you yesterday morning. I have two possible paths at the end of this walk. One, I can go straight ahead and duck through a fence. The other, I can go the next street over and walk through a ditch, walk through a drainage ditch to get out of this nice neighborhood and back into my, the ghetto where I live, FJ, because I don't have any money. Oh, never mind. FJ says I live with my mom, so I live in my parents' basement. I forgot. I gotta get it right. In Minecraft, yeah, Minecraft. That makes it okay. Well, it didn't start being in Minecraft until fairly recently. But yeah, you're right. That really doesn't change anything. Getting pretty dark. Still way lighter on my screen than it is the surrounding sky. It's really dark now. But seems like you can see pretty good. And I've got plenty of battery left. So we'll take you most of the way on the walk. I'll show you the fence that I have to dip through. It's a stretch for an old man like me. I gotta duck down real low. Hey, Hostile Hooves. I missed you coming in. Welcome. You're just going to enjoy my scientific and ignore my scientific facts. You're like, what scientific facts are those, Hooves? FJ claims he makes 32 an hour. Yeah, can't afford better than a 2-bedroom Bugsfield. Get all. Does anybody really believe he makes $32 an hour? Yeah. Call us when you can pay a mortgage. When you have a credit rating above 350. Wow. Welcome again, Hooves. I'm terribly interested. What scientific facts are you referring to? He might make 32 an hour when he's on an OT. Yeah, if you divide it out and do the math. I tried to do that once. Weather guy still harps on it. I said something about 4 times minimum wage, and I don't know if I did the math right. I'm salaried. I don't even care. I have no particular interest in how much an hour I make. I make a salary, and I make bonuses, and I make good bonuses. That's the part weather guy always leaves out about my salary. I make sales bonuses, and a lot of them, particularly when the store's doing well, which it has been lately. So tell me again how much money I make a year, weather guy, because you seem to know. I know you're watching too. Weather guy's in the 14 there. Tell me again how much I make a year, because you know. Based on me saying I make 4 times minimum wage, which is a guesstimate based on my salary, not had anything to do with my bonuses. But go ahead. Maybe it keeps blocking my message. It's possible, and I'm not blocking any words, but you know how YouTube is. You know how YouTube is with certain keywords. Try misspelling things really badly. Using dollar signs and ampersands and at symbols for various, ones for L's, zeros for O's, that kind of shit. That seems to work pretty well. I just wanted to say ampersand. I'm not sure what letter you represent with an ampersand, but I just like saying ampersand. You need to switch to live chats. You have top chats right now. I'm not even sure I have the option. I don't think I have as the streamer, I don't seem to have a live chat, full chat thing. I don't see it anywhere anyway. Oh, wait, there's a little chat button in the bottom left. There we go. Chat filter, top messages. Chat filter, all messages. Thank you for that. There we go. Now I can go back. Did you know that humans share 60% of their DNA with bananas? See, we were all a little fruity. Yes. Thank you. I'm sorry I missed that. I was on top chat. Thank you, Bum. I'll try to make sure and switch that from now on. Wasn't even aware of it. I don't use the phone very often, except for these little streams. So, Larry Mango subscribed to my channel. That's neat. Hi, Larry Mango. I hope you're not the Mango I used to know, because if so, I don't want you on my channel. But I don't think you are. Hooves dropped a banger joke that I can't remember what it was, but I know I laughed out loud during TGR. Yes, James Corbis, the ampersand symbol. Yes, it's one of my favorite words, ampersand. Boy, and the etymology of the symbol comes from the Latin et, et, which means and in Latin, and you can see the symbol is kind of an extrapolation of an e and a t put together into one symbol. Anyway, here is the little fence I got to slip through. It doesn't look like much, but this is way low to the ground. So here we go, folks. I don't know how much you'll be able to see, but I'm sticking my leg through carefully. There's nails all over the place. Super careful. And then we got to sit on it, tuck my head down as far as I can, and step through without hitting my foot on the back. There we go. And we're through. We're back in the drainage ditch. And over there's the fence where we sneak through. It's just a lot closer this way. Sydney's here. Sydney, you're gonna say hi to Hooves and not to me. I'm devastated, I tell you. Devastated. And now it's dark enough that even my screen's this wooded area and overcast sky. It is going to be dark on my screen. So I apologize. We'll cut it off here in just a few minutes, folks. But here's a little fence we got to duck through, just under a bar, and we're in the park. Can I get off your lawn yet? Sydney, get off my lawn. Damn you. Thank you, Sydney. Hello to you as well. Look up Slim Cyborg. She hides there with Lizard. Yeah. I'm not interested. I'm not interested in finding her or talking to her, period. I feel really betrayed by that whole thing. Really, really betrayed by that whole thing. But no need to go into that anymore. She's talking about your lawn? What about my lawn, man? Nobody cares about my lawn. I see how this is. It's all about Hooves' lawn, never about Todd's. Okay, well, that's fine. Fuck your lawn, Hooves. Honestly, I could go most of the rest of my life with never seeing Slim Cyborg's weird self on screen. Yep. Fellow PDF defender. Yep. Maybe. I don't know. I don't care. How about that? I don't care. Just go away. He stayed away from me, so that's fine with me. Go be a PDF defender somewhere else. Find some little corner of the internet where that's okay. I don't care. Okay, folks. It is now almost 8:30. It's 8:25. It's damn dark out here, and you're not seeing much other than crappy apartments. So, yeah, I'm. It's fine, Hooves. I'm with you. I'm with you. Anyway, thanks for coming, everybody. Appreciate the folks and the likes. We will do it again either in the morning or definitely tomorrow evening. And you guys have yourself a great evening wherever you are. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.